What he does for them is control tempo. That controls tempo.
Yes.
So that's top
Turn
three?
the sticks. Turn the
Yeah, that's top three.
Controlling tempo is top three.
Yes, that's hard. That's
important
different.
for ball.
Explain controlling tempo, because I'm
I mean, that's
Okay,
what
so-
Le'Veon Bell does for Pittsburgh.
no, differently.
He turns
I need to hear what it means.
One thing we have to keep in mind is that, and we talked about it on the show,
But at the same time, it comes from two different points.
Then all of a sudden, he want to say, "Oh, well, you know,
I think for me, I don't know if I can speak for everybody else.
This is DeadEndSports.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of DeadEndSports. We're giving you our top 5, the DES top 5 running backs for the NFL season. And just like we did last year. So real quick, before we get into that, subscribe to the channel and make sure you check us out, blogtalkradio.com/DeadEndSports, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to the channel and you'll get a chance to hear excerpts of that, which hopefully will entice you to join us every Tuesday. We take live calls and sign up for the newsletter. Don't miss a show, and subscribe to the podcast as well. Top 5 running backs. Real quick, at Q got no rings. He's a fill-in host for us, the 6th man of DeadEndSports. Here's his top 5 running backs of the year. We just felt like with him filling in, being a part of the show, we want to at least put this out for him. Because he has something to say, and we're going to hear from him a lot, as always. Anyway, smart young brother. Number 5, Adrian Peterson. Number 4, LaShawn McCoy. 3rd is Marshawn Lynch. 2nd, DeMarco Murray. And his number 1 running back of this year is Le'Veon Bell. I'm not doing this alone, so I got FIFO. We got the Heisman 430. And we got 12 Cal from South Carolina mocking my Mississippi accent. Wide out, South Carolina. What do they call you guys?
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. From what?
South Carolina State University.
HBCU?
HBCU all
That's
day,
right.
baby.
Support HBCUs, fellas.
Please do. We need the money.
Yes, please do. FIFO.
Top 5, huh?
Top 5.
It's so funny. Me and Q got our number 1 and number 5 flip-flop. So number 5, I have Le'Veon Bell. Number 4, I have LaShawn McCoy. Number 3, I got Marshawn Lynch. Number 2, I got DeMarco. And number 1, I got AP.
This month.
He wasn't hurt. He took the year off, but I think AP gonna come back and wreak havoc. Well, I think that man gonna be fresh. I think he's gonna be a problem. That's the reason why I put him number 1, because he has 1 less year of wear and tear on his body, and we know the man's a beast.
Number 5, I got DeMarco Murray. Number 4, I got Jamal Charles. Number 3, Le'Veon Bell. 2, you got to go beast mode. And number 1, just like FIFO, man, Adrian Peterson.
The Heisman, 430. I know you're still thinking about Megatron, man. It's okay.
Yeah, because I was about to ask people, why Adrian Peterson is number 1?
I told you because it wasn't because of injury.
But he still didn't play.
It's an injury. I don't reward injury. It's just injury.
So if a dude just be out for season, you would still reward him. So if Calvin Johnson just missed a season because of family issues and he come back, you would have number 1? I remember that.
It's only injury, man.
I remember that. All right, number 5, I got Jamal Charles. Number 4, I have DeMarco Murray. Number 3, I have Adrian Peterson, just because I think he's gonna be running mad. He's gonna be, he's fresh. He's a year fresh and not even wear and tear on his body. So I got him at number 3. Number 2, I got Marshawn Lynch, and number 1, I got Le'Veon Bell.
Here's my 5. Jeremy Hill is number 5.
Whoa.
Okay. See, that's just Eddie Lacy.
Okay. Arian Foster is 4th.
Mr. Hamstring, Arian Foster.
You know he.
He's only gonna miss 4 to 6 weeks. He'll be ready.
He's been like that for the past couple of seasons, so.
Yeah.
Hey.
And he rewards him with a top 5.
And you reward him with the top 5?
He was. Look, we'll talk about that.
Okay,
ask me later. Ask me later.
I'm sorry.
This boy hit me.
3rd, DeMarco Murray. 2nd, Adrian Peterson. And number 1 is Le'Veon Bell. And only because Le'Veon played last year. That's the only reason I got him ranked number 1.
And I get it. I'm not arguing with anybody put Le'Veon Bell at number 1.
Yeah, me neither.
But Hill, that's a
bad boy. He will be a top.
He had a really good year. Really
for the last 9 weeks of the NFL season, he led the league in rushing. 5 100-yard games. Over 5 yards a carry. He averaged over 100-yard games.
And for the people who don't know, tell them where he plays.
Plays for Cincinnati Bengals. The only thing that may impact him, and it caused me to pause just a little bit, is Giovanni Bernard.
Right.
Because they're still talking this crazy thing about splitting carries.
Right.
That's not going to last. They tried it last year. Jeremy Hill is clearly the best back in that system, and he's the starter. 6'1", 235, athletic, can run you over, run around.
Bernard is small.
And Bernard probably missed 5 games when he get hit. The boy is bad, and it was on footballguys.com. They said that there's only 15 other guys who rushed for over 1,000 yards in their rookie season. Adrian Peterson was one. Marshawn Lynch was the other. Joseph Adai was on there, but which kind of took it away a little bit. But Joseph Adai was good for when he played.
Right.
But Marshawn Lynch, the eye test is there. The 80-yard touchdown run he had a 65 or 70. The boy is a bad boy. This is not my Eddie Lacy pick, because Eddie Lacy finished the year strong. You know what messed up Eddie Lacy? The Seahawks. I forgot who hit him. But whoever hit him,
Earl Thomas,
knocked every single thing about running out of him.
Earl Thomas.
He didn't know how to run the ball for about 4 or 5 games until he got back right.
He had a problem with concussions too, I think, earlier.
It gave him a concussion. Yep. He wasn't right for a while. You can watch the tape. It's legit. Earl Thomas hit that boy, and he wanted no part of the rest of the NFL until the rest of the NFL season. But once he rounded back into shape, he balled out. But I would say Jeremy Hill is my DeMarco Murray pick.
Okay.
I think because Jeremy Hill had, I think there was 6 or 7 games where he had 8 carries or less, and he still finished with over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. The boy is bad.
Now that they obviously have their number 1 running back, and they have a complimentary back, change of pace back with that, and they have their number 1 target, and they got their $100 million quarterback.
Lewis is there too.
Does the $100 million quarterback get them boys over the hump now?
It depends on who they match up with in the playoffs.
Was there anybody from any of y'all list last year that's not in y'all list this year? Off the top of your head?
Lacy didn't make
Eddie
it.
Lacy. It was McCoy for me.
Shady. Yeah, Shady fell off my list.
He fell off my list because I don't know
why.
I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. He in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Third. Yeah, but he's still, even though.
I mean, I'm just saying, but like sometimes you got to go by the situation.
I'm gonna tell you why he fell off my list. Like you said, with him being in Buffalo. Remember, Buffalo doesn't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
They don't have a quarterback. So if Shady's looking at 8 or 9 man fronts, I mean,
which he will see.
But you
they got Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. They have. I 100% agree. They don't have a quarterback, but the quarterback doesn't impact the running back as much. They still have weapons that you have to account for. So I think the type of running back that LaShawn McCoy is, he's still gonna exploit because he doesn't need much room. All I need you to overplay here. I'm gonna back cut you and get 10, 14 yards and not break it out for a touchdown.
I think if Buffalo, if they start how running backs and players do, man. Once they start losing games and stuff, their attitude gonna be funky.
Right.
Like let them start off 1-4 or 1-5. I don't know. I don't see McCoy really just
like to run the ball though, B.
Well, he does.
Riley loves to run the ball.
Yeah, and I think it's different, B. It's not just wins and losses, because if they lose by 3, or they're losing by a touchdown or field goal or something like that, and their record is still bad, them boys still gonna play hard.
I couldn't justify putting him in the top 5. He was probably right on the outside.
Yeah.
Arian Foster, I don't know.
What the hell?
Nobody runs the ball more than the Houston Texans. Arian Foster last year had 7 games over 100 yards rushing.
He's hurt though, man.
He missed. Hold on, I have to know.
He's a potato chip.
He missed 3 games last year, same as Megatron. I think he made your list.
Different position though.
But he balled out. He still got the numbers. The man had.
And remember now, they didn't have a quarterback, so they relied on.
And he still put up 1,200 games, 260 attempts, 1,200 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns, 38 receptions, 327 yards, and 5 touchdowns, 7 100-yard games. Look at the numbers.
So did you have his top 5 last year?
He wasn't in my top 5 last year because he was hurt the year before. Remember, I think he only played like 8 games.
Yeah.
But last year, and that's why I didn't draft him.
Yeah, he
But-
just got hurt.
Then he got hurt again.
No. I did.
about like right
Wait,
now.
slow
No.
down. I did my research. He has missed 3 to 4 games a season. He had one bad year where he missed like half the year, which was the year that I left him off.
year before that.
Prior to that, he played 13 to 16 games a season, and he put up numbers.
Yeah, I was like, he balls, but going into this season though.
The injury happened early, B. That's what I'm saying. So they're going to get him right. He had surgery. Maybe they're going to get him right. And I'm rewarding him for last year. I know he's been hurt. He got it out the way. I'm looking for what he's going to do and what he can still do. He showed me he still had it.
One thing Arian Foster definitely has, like one of the other great running backs, Adrian Peterson. When them boys get hurt and they come back, they come back. Right. Like they're not for play out there. They all the way 100% gonna give it to you. So I feel you and your justification for putting them in your top 5. I couldn't put him there, especially after getting hurt. Because he definitely had a great year last year.
Yeah.
He definitely had a great year. So I feel you.
You had him on your fantasy team. He was killing it for you.
I know.
What about
I know.
What about Beast Mode? Beast Mode moved up for me. I think he was like 5
He didn't
for me.
make my list.
I got
I
him
think
at 2.
he led the league in most rushing touchdowns.
You know what I love?
Total touchdown.
You know what I
total
love
touchdown.
about
Yeah,
him is that as the game goes on, especially in 3rd and 4th quarter, dudes don't want to tackle him. He gets better. He gets stronger.
The man name is Beast Mode for a reason.
I mean, it's for a reason. Right?
Yeah.
Man.
And they still haunted by not giving him the ball.
What's the matter?
in
What's the matter,
Super Bowl.
Ken?
But
You don't like him?
statistically, he had numbers when the season was over, but he was hit or miss in some games last year. You know, and I think part of that has to do with them not giving him the ball as much. But he still would end up with like 60 yards here, sometimes on 20 plus carries.
Well, remember
I looked
now,
at it.
you also have to look at, and you probably have to look at those games in their totality, because if he didn't have a big rushing yardage, those games probably Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson almost ran for 900 yards last year, so that takes away from some of his carries as well.
Style of run. You know what I'm saying? His style of play. He's gonna have games where he's gonna have 20 rushes for 60 yards because
He's
even
gonna
though
have 3 touchdowns. Too.
yeah,
Well, some of those games he didn't have the touchdown.
Okay,
That's what I was looking for.
But Ken, even in those games that he doesn't have, what he does for them is control tempo. That controls tempo.
Yes.
So that's top
Turn the
3.
sticks. Turn the
Yeah,
sticks.
that's top 3.
Controlling tempo is top 2.
Yes, that's hard.
That's important
difficult.
for ball.
Wait, explain
Yes.
controlling tempo, because I'm
I mean,
Okay,
that's
so-
what Le'Veon Bell does for Pittsburgh.
no, different.
He turns-
I need to hear. I need to hear what. I need to hear what it means. Bob.
You can do it differently. Every player does certain things differently. What Marshawn does for the Seahawks, he slows the game down. Yeah, we're not getting but 2 yards, but guess what? First and second down is 3rd and 6 now. Now you have to deal with Russell Wilson. He could throw for 6 yards or run for 6 yards. He's controlling the tempo. Even if he doesn't get yards, them linebackers gotta come up every
They
time.
gotta come up
So now
because
when
of
I
that.
fake you, you gotta come up.
His running
He
ability
controls it.
opens up the play
It opens
action.
up so
It
much.
opens up everything.
All
if you look
defense is
at-
gonna pay attention,
Yeah.
regardless if he rushed for 40 yards or not.
Or
They're gonna-
140, it doesn't
140.
matter.
They're going to zoom in on
If you
him.
look at some of the
regardless.
best throws that Russell Wilson had, especially on the
play
second half of the season, all of them in play
Yep,
action.
yep.
Look at the throws he made in the playoff game against Green Bay, play action. And
Yep.
those
Good
linebackers
point.
step up
Good
because
point.
they got
Play
fear for the
action.
run.
And what I mean by controlling,
Got him.
got him.
Got him.
And that's what I mean by controlling tempo. Even if his numbers don't look good, he still affects the game. Because you know they're going to run. And as a linebacker, you got to be at that line every time if you think he's going to get the ball.
What about Murray? Because I think Murray's on everybody's list.
I
He
was worried
was
about
he
him.
was a beast in Dallas. Anybody think there's gonna be a fall
Nope.
off from when him going to Philly?
Nope.
I mean, yeah, I think he's gonna probably have like anywhere between 12 to 1,400 rushing season. You know,
If
11,
Even with-
12 touchdowns or
Even
whatever.
with Sproles and Matthews there, B.
Yes.
Oh, Ryan Matthews.
Ryan Matthews is there too.
But he's been so flaky
Yeah,
the last
he's-
two.
But
Trust
they
me,
gotta
because I
get
had
him
him in
the ball.
fantasy.
Yeah, but
What do you mean? The Chargers not on the ball?
They want the Eagles want to reduce Murray's workload, and Murray, yeah. So you still think he's gonna do? He was on my list.
12 to 400, 1,200. That's still doable.
Yeah,
I think
no,
that's
no,
doable.
you
Yeah,
know-
that's doable.
you know
12 to-
why?
1,200 yards. That's still doable.
Because the Eagles were a top 3 rushing team
Yeah,
last year.
right.
Yeah.
They run the ball.
Yeah,
And the
all
thing
of
is that now you have 3 guys that can legitimately
And I think
carry
that's
the
that's
load.
what Ken was kind of going like. You got 3 backs. How is he gonna get those looks?
I feel you.
If he got those
He's not gonna get top tier attempts, but I think what's gonna happen is that he's gonna break a lot more big. He's gonna break more big plays because there's gonna be so many different looks in that
Ryan
game.
Matthews gonna get hurt by week 3.
Yeah, he is.
And this is gonna be him as pro.
And then too, Murray has something to prove. You know, he wants to show that Dallas made a mistake in not signing him and everything like that.
So he's gonna have that chip on his shoulder.
He's already got the chip on his shoulder. And keep in mind, he's got to play Dallas twice a year, so you know he's gonna be ready.
Anybody, real quick, that you're looking for that may have a breakout year?
Running back.
Yeah.
Running back.
Or that's ready to take the next step.
For me, Hill was the guy that I think was probably ready to take the next step. It's kind of hard for me to quantify running backs to this because the league is so pass happy.
I think for me, I'm just really interested to see what AP's gonna do.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, as far as just running backs, I'm just him coming off this whole year suspension, and I just want to see how is he gonna be running angry over everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm really interested to see as far as running backs. There's not really nobody that's like young that I'm like, okay, let me see what that guy gonna do, what this guy gonna do. But it's
I disagree. I want to see what the rookies do. I want to see who's the big dude?
Melvin Gordon?
No, Gordon too, but no, who's the big dude that came from UGA?
Gurley.
He with the
St.
Rams,
Louis.
right?
Yeah.
Tevin Coleman. He led NCAA in rushing last year at Indiana, so I'm looking forward to seeing him.
I just want to see what AP gonna do.
He's gonna get a lot of playing time. So, but yeah, much like you be at AP probably off top.
Yeah.
I think for me, I want to see what C.J. Anderson does. Now that I think he's going to be the lead guy. He finished strong when he was named the starter. Trey Mason was on my list, but I forgot about Todd Gurley. Trey Mason had some pretty good games last year, and he was running NFL players over too. And the last person on my list outside of Melvin Gordon is Mark Ingram, because I think now the Saints have really decided on a lead back. And Mark Ingram had some really good games last year before he got hurt, but he got injuries affected him, and then he was out.
A good game now that they took away Drew Brees' security blanket. He's gonna have to have a good game.
You know who else I'm
SEC man, Alabama.
You know who else I'm interested on seeing? Even he's not a top 5 running back anymore, but Frank Gore in Indianapolis.
That's gonna be interesting.
I think it's gonna be interesting because he still has a little tread left on the tire.
Yeah, he got juice.
You got them Hurricane boys over there, Andre Johnson and Frank Gore.
Exactly.
So we gonna see what Luck gonna do over there with the youth.
All right, man, that's gonna do it. Leave us your top 5 in the comment section. Hit us on Twitter, and we out.